Hey guys, happy February 16th. Hopefully everybody had a great long weekend and are feeling charged up and ready to go and get out there and shovel snow as we all got hammered over the weekend. Anyways, I thought I'd come on here. Krista, my partner, and I have been talking a little bit over the last little while about coming out with these kind of short videos where we can coffee talk or whatever you want to call it to help provide a little bit of value to the public. And this is me jumping the gun. I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants here, but I think the message is what I really am eager to get out. And I think it's important for people that are actually out there shopping right now to hear what I have to say and decide whether it's something they want to factor into their own thought process or not. One of the challenges, and it's not new, that we all are seeing right now in our market, and this is going back probably almost 2 years, is a real shortage of supply. People that understand supply and demand know that when there's a short supply and a large demand, prices usually go up. Now that is simply, I think, what is causing our market challenge right now for most buyers. You can just look at the average price range in Kincardine for say. We've now, we're getting up in the range of 500,000, which has gone up probably close to 200,000 in the short period of time that I've been doing this business, which is a lot of money. Anyways, so here's my thought. So working with lots of different buyers in the different price categories, but the conversation is very much the same as almost everything is going to multiple offers, which means either the seller decided to hold off offers from the start because they've seen that this was going to happen, or they didn't see it coming, but because of all the interest, they decided to hold off offers because they just didn't want to take one offer and miss out on another offer that could be coming tomorrow. So buyers are getting used to this now, which is, I guess, one thing that helps us realtors is it's not something we have to reteach every single time, where that was the case last year. A lot of buyers hadn't seen this multiple offer scenario, so you really had to try to explain something to your clients that maybe you didn't totally understand yourself, which was sometimes a little bit tricky. But now I think we do understand it, or at least some of us that have been out there trudging through the trenches in this business for the last little while and losing more than we win. You kind of start to take a step back and say, okay, what's going on here? And here's my thought, and this is just one idea that I've had that I want to share. So if I'm a buyer, if I'm working with a buyer and we're going to see a property and we're told that they're going to hold offers for a week, which is really normal, and we go see it right away and we like it, we don't love it, but we like it, and we're considering putting an offer in, okay? And at some point throughout that week, we're going to get updated as to how many offers there are, and probably not until the last day we'll finally know exactly how many offers we're competing against. And those are all things that we need to factor into our thought process, because we're trying to decide not whether to pay the asking price, but generally is how much over asking do we have to go. Really tough guess to have to make. And I've been on the other side several times with sellers where it's a great position to be in. You can't wait to see these offers and to see who is that one person that's going to come in and blow the top off and make it so easy that clearly that offer stands out. So what I think is probably part of the problem is not necessarily the person who's willing to go to the highest amount and be the successful bidder, but it's the other people that are offering that maybe aren't realizing what they're actually doing. Think about this for a second. So if a property is going to have 11 offers, which actually I've just heard of one this morning that is going to have at least 11 offers on it. So if I'm working with a buyer and my buyer, like I said, was just meh, they kind of liked the property, they didn't love it, but they liked it enough, and hey, it's something because there's nothing else out there. What are you thinking as a buyer in terms of how strong to make your offer? Do you like it enough to pay the price? Are you prepared to go 30, 40,000 over asking price for that particular house? Do you love it that much? And if the answer is no, that you don't love it that much and you're not, waking up in the morning and just have to have this house because it's got everything you want and you can afford it and it's everything that you've dreamt of, that's a different story. But if this house is just okay and it's not necessarily making you feel like that special feeling you should have when you find the right house, I don't understand why people are offering. Think about this. All you're doing is, if you're going to put in an average offer, so say because your realtor told you that there's 11 offers and you have to go over asking price, but you have no idea where, and you go in, say $5,000 over asking price. All these other people that are considering putting an offer in just like you have no idea what your offer is. All they know is that you are another offer in the competition. And think about this. That one buyer that does love that house and that's prepared to do whatever it takes to get it, they're getting advised on how many offers there are. So if they're told that there's 11 offers versus 2, that's going to change the strength of their offer. Every time a new offer comes in that they're being notified of, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, is adding another level of aggressiveness to that top buyer. So in theory, in my opinion, if we all started to maybe not offer when you don't absolutely love the property, that would decrease the amount of total offers that are going in on these properties, bringing down the top offer amount that that top buyer is prepared to pay, which in turn will bring the market hopefully to a bit of a slowing pace with prices. Because really, if we continue to feed the fire, as I say to my buyers, with all these okay offers, all you're doing is causing that aggressive buyer to pay more than what they were going to originally. And now, when that place sells for that dollar, that becomes the new market price. So when the neighboring property gets listed tomorrow, and that place now sold for $70,000 over asking price, guess what the price of that neighboring place is? And now you still want to buy that? Well, you've just fed the fire in your own fire that you're trying to put out, which is this crazy market. So I don't know if I blabbed on a bit too much here, if this actually makes sense, but the moral of my story is, if you don't love a property enough to do whatever it takes to buy it, you might be wise to wait for the next one and to not play into the feeding frenzy with this market that we're in. Hopefully we can get some more listings. I believe we are going to see some more coming here very soon. But while we are still waiting for that, perhaps the advice that your realtor should be giving you is don't offer versus offer. I know that seems a little crazy, but at some point there's a line you have to draw to the value of a certain property. And I've seen a lot of properties, in my opinion, sell for over what they're worth. Trying to understand and factor in the market has increased, the prices have increased, but especially for first-time buyers, you do not want to get into a situation where you've paid so much over asking price for a property you don't love, only to find out you're going to have another huge amount of money to have to spend on that property to maintain it, to live in it, to actually get by. And these are things that I think you really need to sit back and think about the big picture before you make your final decision. Anyways, hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, send me a message or give me a call if you have questions about something I've said. I'm not a professional video person here, but I am just trying to get out a message that I think is important and maybe valuable to some potential people that are shopping right now. Anyways, have a nice day.